Welcome! In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this AVerMedia XTRA capture dock. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this works for charging, displaying, and connecting. It's a dock for various handheld consoles, has one-click recording. So this is compatible with a number of different devices like the Switch, Steam Deck, ROG Ally, Legion Go, MSI Claw, iPhone, and iPad. So this comes with the capture device, an HDMI cable, USB-C to USB-A cable, USB-C to USB-C PD cable, and quick start guide. So let's get this open. So here we have a brochure that talks about the different capture devices they make. We have a diagram on the lid talking about how you can hook it up. Pull this out. So here's the dock itself. This is the USB-C to USB-A cable. This is the USB-C to USB-C cable and an HDMI cable. Here we have a contact card and the quick start guide. Let's take a quick look at this. So you're going to want to read through this on your own. I'm not going to cover everything. This talks about what's included. This talks about the different ports. It has a hotkey to stop and start recording, LED indicator, docking slot, USB-C port for handheld or PC, USB-C port for charging, has HDMI output port, it has USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports for mouse, keyboard, microphone, etc., USB-C port for streaming PC, has a mode switch for capture mode or card reader mode, headphone jack and SD card slot, and I think that's micro SD card, yes. There's a connection diagram. Talks about LED indicators. These are the specs. Video input is USB-C DisplayPort alt mode. Max pass-through resolution is going to be 2160p. Max recording resolution is 1080p. So let's look at the dock itself. So we have this rubber foot on the bottom. Here's the button. We have micro SD card and headphones on the side. On the back you can see the different USB-C and HDMI ports. Let's try fitting a device to this. I have a Nintendo Switch. I'm going to take out the USB-C cable. That's going to fit in the bottom of the Switch, like so, and then we'll set that in the dock. Then in the back here we'll plug that into the console, so that will be this port here. So we have some other ports. This is USB-C power, so you'll want to use your Nintendo Switch power brick there. I'm going to be using an aftermarket one, but it will work the same. So now I have USB-C power. Then I'll plug HDMI into my monitor. Now normally you just plug this into a TV, it'll work the same either way. Now I'll turn my switch on, and it's being displayed on the monitor. So now I can use this similar to the dock that came with the Switch. So next I want to hook this up to a computer. So I'm going to use the included USB-C to USB-A cable, and that will connect into the USB-C port here. So I'm going to plug this into my computer, and we'll head to the computer next and check it out. Okay, so I've rearranged things a bit. I have the Switch screen on my left, so that's passing through the dock. Then I have my PC screen on the right, and I'm going to plug in the USB. Now this doesn't require being plugged in to use it. You just need to do that for config, or if you want to offload media. Now I'm going to place a micro SD card in the side, and it has a switch on the back, and it has two modes. It has SD card reader mode and capture mode. So I'm currently in capture mode and I'm going to stay in capture mode. My SD card is already formatted. So I'll click that in. Now once I click that in, the light here changed from red to blue, and solid blue means it's ready. So on my PC here, I'm going to go to the AVerMedia website. I'll go to support, download, and FAQ. And I'm going to punch in the product number on this, which is GC515. I'll open up the capture dock. So I'll go to Applications Windows, I'll scroll down and I'll hit the download button. I'll open that up and I'll install the application. Okay, so that's finished, so I'll open up the AVerMedia Streaming Center. It's asking me how I want to record, in horizontal or vertical. So I'll say horizontal, I'll say done. So we can see the capture device here, the XTRA. Click done here. And we can see our screen up here. So if we want to configure this, we can click the three dots next to it and say edit source. So here we can change the resolution, we can change the frame rate, we can go to effects and change the effects, we can go to video details, close that. We can also go down here on the left, one of the icons says device settings. So if we click on GC515, we have audio settings, we have HDCP, hot button, SD card setting. So here we can change the image quality, so it's currently set to good. We can also have optimal or normal. and we have the compression format. So here you can set it to H.265. I'll just leave it on default settings. Then we have about. So let's click out of the settings. So from here you could do streaming, but I think one of the neat features of this is this does not require a computer. So I'm actually going to unplug the computer. So I'll close the app. I've unplugged the computer, and now we can use this to record directly to the micro SD card. So I'll do that. I'll play a little bit. So I'm going to press the button. And here you can see this is flashing red, and now we can play the game. Okay, so I did some gameplay. I'll press the button again to stop recording. And now we've recorded that clip to the micro SD card. So now I'll plug it back in. Now I didn't have to unplug it. I just wanted to show that it's not plugged in. And I'm going to flip that switch over to the card reader mode. So now this is flashing blue. Now the manual came with a guide to tell you what that light means, but it popped up on my computer. So this mounted as the D drive. We'll open this video, and here we have an MP4 file. So we can open this with Media Player. We can also open with VLC. I'll do that. And here we're playing the video. So I'll insert a sampling of the video captured with this directly into the video so you can see it. So if I go to codec information here, it's going to give us some information. So it says it recorded it at 1920 by 1080p, and audio is stereo at 48,000 hertz. So it's a really nice quality capture there. Now this will also work with other devices. Here I have an iPad Pro. I'll unplug from the switch, and I'll plug into the iPad. And here that came up. So I currently have Keynote, so I can start the presentation. And that's going to show up on the external monitor and also be on the capture device. So I can press the button here, and I could go through my slideshow and I could capture it. This will also fit in the dock. It doesn't fit with my case. Let's take the case off. It's just a magnetic cover. And there, that's fitting in the dock, like so. So let's take another look at this real quick. So if you have this mounted, say, with your entertainment system, you might not have that computer hookup cord. You would just have your Nintendo Switch power and your HDMI, which you'd have hooked up to your regular Switch dock anyway. And then you have the cord going from the Switch to the input of the dock. So once you have that set up, you can just press that button when you're ready to record. And then you could just take the SD card out, which is on this side, and take it to your PC and offload the media. So that makes it very convenient. You don't have to have your console right next to your PC because this has the capture built right into it. So that's the AVerMedia XTRA capture dock. I really like the convenience of this. When you're not using it for capture, you can use it as just a regular Switch dock or whatever gaming system you have hooked up into it. It's super easy to use. You put the SD card in and you press the button to start and stop. And then you can take the SD card out, put it in your computer just like you would a digital camera. Or you can hook it directly into your PC to offload in SD card reader mode, and then you can also download that app to do streaming or to configure the capture device. So if you want to do H.265, you can capture it using that app. Now the app at this time I think is only compatible with Windows. You could actually hook it up to a Windows PC. If you don't have Windows, you could hook it up to someone else's Windows PC and configure it, and then it will keep that configuration. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.